It's definitely bigger, the new format. Is it going to be better?
I think so. I think perhaps the old system had gone a little bit stale. We loved it. But when you think about this new format, you can't help but feel that the emergence of the Super League not so long ago has brought about this change, because competition does breed change. UEFA had a monopoly on it, and I think that they didn't want to take that monopoly for granted. They wanted to spruce the competition up, because there was a formality towards it pre-Christmas with the seedings in the groups, and it was almost a case of let's just get through this till we can get to the spring, and then the Champions League really kicks into life. So they had to spruce it up. And also the expansion of the Champions League was important. Like when I grew up in the 1990s, it was the big two in England, then it became the big four. Now it's the big six, perhaps big seven if Newcastle come into it. So there is a thought around Europe that the aristocrats, the big names weren't getting enough European football, so the expansion of the tournament was necessary, because I think that's what brought around the idea of the European Super League. Now England and the Premier League didn't get that spot because of the coefficient, but now there could be 5, perhaps even 6 places in the future going to the Premier League, which is what a lot of the clubs like Manchester United and Chelsea, who have missed out in the Champions League, and feel that they deserve a spot at the top table. So I think it's very, very good all round. It could do with a bit of a spruce up, and I'm really looking forward to it.
Yeah, it's Germany and Italy this season, isn't it? Getting those extra places that we talked about so much towards the end of last season. You've had a chance to look a bit under the bonnet of the new concept, Brian. Does it answer those critics of the group stage that we usually hear every year, that it had become predictable? And the UEFA sort of spiel on it is it will give fans more competitive and balanced matches on all levels throughout the league phase.
Well, it's 1992 since they made the last big changes in the competition. It used to be knockout format until then. Then they went to group stages. There was 2 sets of groups at one stage. Then they went to one group stage. I think overall UEFA have done well with the tournaments. When you look at even the introduction of the Conference League, where we were pouring a bit of scorn, and generally people were a bit sceptical, how important it's become. You saw the joy of West Ham winning, Aston Villa nearly getting there, but even Liverpool trying to win the Europa League last year, not been good enough, not been able to overcome Atalanta. I think they made a lot of good moves. They had to make this move, as Damien said. I don't think we know how it's going to go. It looks like an interesting format, that there'll be a lot of very interesting games when it gets close to the end, because whether it was clear there's actually a 36-team group. It's a full group, 1 down to 36, although you only play 8 teams yourself. You're in a group with 35 other teams. So when it comes to match day 7 and 8, almost everyone will have something to play for, and particularly the bottom 12, they're going nowhere. They're going out of the competition.
Yeah, no Europa League for them, isn't that right?
No Europa League, you're gone. And the top teams, the teams we'd be expecting maybe win the competition or in with a chance, they won't be wanting to play an extra 2 matches in the playoff round. So there's a lot of things to play for when it comes to that stage, but I still think that the cream will come to the top, and they may well come to the top early, and after 5 or 6 games they may be in a fairly comfortable position that they won't have to play their strongest team. I think that'll be a concern to them. They won't want to play 2 more matches. Already the players are playing so many matches, international football, club football and everything.